Alright, so this is the ending of the documentation of learning for the production project. So the question that I'm going to start with is, did I get stuck? Yes, 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 I did many times. Probably the biggest issue I had was figuring out how to screen record on my laptop. And I tried downloading different software, different desktop software, and I just couldn't figure it out. And then when I did find a a screen recording software and I used it to do my Instructables lessons, I ended up recording black screens for 35 minutes, and so I had to redo it. So I eventually reached out to a friend and they helped me out. So it's important, I guess, just to know, the resources around you. And so yeah, that was my my biggest issue, my biggest moment of being stuck. But a breakthrough though was in my confidence, and that I am just very ecstatic about. I just found myself enjoying the process a lot more. And even though an ebook to some may not be, the highest of technological advances, I still felt very confident in my abilities throughout the process and throughout making the ebook. And I'm very, very proud of myself for, taking that extra step in technology and being confident and competent with it. If I were to do things differently, I would try to expand my lesson plan, just to go, and not even my lesson plan, but the activities within it and my whole artifact, like the whole process of the ebook, just to, instead of it being in regards to the SAMR model, instead of it being just a simple substitution or a slight augmentation, I'd want to try and go beyond that, to try and modify it and redefine it in different ways, not just have it so static and so stiff. Try and make it flow in different ways. And I mean, it also would depend on my students as well, which I do recognize. What else here? I'd also try to add more auditory aspects. The website that I ended up using, I enjoyed it for its, user friendly aspect, but it didn't really have anything auditory. It was all visual, and it was very flat in those terms. And how will I use what I have learned going forward? So obviously just my confidence in incorporating media and technologies in the classroom, trying to find ways to break through, just, like I said in the last section, just using it on a simplistic level. I'd also recognize my supports, going to someone who is more confident in using technologies. I would definitely expand myself instead of limiting it to my own knowledge. I would definitely look for others to help guide me through this process. I would try to use it more in ways to combat oppression, whether that be, maybe taking a story we heard from an elder and turning it into pictures or some way like that, just expanding it beyond such narrow borders and boundaries. I'd also use it, as we kind of did with the video game review. I'd maybe do a book review. There's just so many more options that I feel more confident in incorporating into my classroom and allowing my students to, explore. And I also have to recognize that as an educator, if that's what my students, are confident or would like to explore, if that's where they're confident and where they're capable, that's where I need to go as an educator as well. I need to break beyond my own, sense of confidence and competence, and I need to diverge and find various ways to support my students in their learning and growing and not be hindered by my own, self-confidence and self-esteem. But yeah, it was great. It was a great experience.